Okay. That's my child in the background. Just making sure this is working correctly. Where is the time? Yeah, okay, so we're on. Okay, so this is my Flatiron Bootcamp portfolio project for Sinatra. Excuse my voice, I'm kind of sick today. So what we're doing today is we're going to do a brief walkthrough of my website. We're going to do a CRUD website, create, read, update, and destroy. Basically, when a user logs in, they have their own little platform that they can use. They'll have their own, whatever it may be. In my case, I did a freight tracker, so they have their own loads and routes that they can edit, they can update, they can destroy. Only the user that is on can access their information and update and delete their information. Now, mine's a little different. That's what the requirements were when we first wrote this, or when we first made this website. The requirements were that only the user can access their information. I coded that in here just to show you guys. I coded it to where if I wanted to, I could show every load or route on here, and only the user that is on would be able to see this based on basically these lines, which is repetitive through a couple other things. But I wanted this to be functioning as a real load board, and a load board, well, a real freight tracker in the sense that when our user gets on, they're just going to see their stuff, because why would they need to see other loads and other routes? They wouldn't. But just for the course requirements, I made sure to also put that code in there. So when we do this interview, we have to get interviewed with the technical coach. When I do this interview, I can show them that, hey, I did this, and I can even rearrange the code briefly just to bring up all the loads just to show. So this is what we'll do. We have dummy data, but we don't really need dummy data. And in this instance, we can actually start from scratch. So we'll just sign up. We'll make a new username, T5, the power at gmail.com. Password. Boom. Here you are. Here is your current delivery schedule, T5. So this is your homepage. This is your interface, quote unquote. This is where the user will interact with it. So it's pretty simple. We have nothing in the load board, obviously. That's where we're at. We can log out and go back just to show this functionality. If we log back, or if we log out, we'll go back to sign up for login. Let's go to login, get back in there. And T5. Okay, we're back in it. Just want to show you can log out. That functionality works. So this is how this works. We'll create a new load. New load, I guess if you're not in the trucking industry, my parents, we've been in the trucking industry our whole life. We have a business. I've been a part of the trucking industry since I was little, so it's near and dear to my heart. So let's do pallet count, which is what holds our goods. We'll do 25 pallets. We'll do 48,000 pounds, which is full truckload. And we'll do, let's say we're hauling metal rods today. Okay? Is it hazardous? Check the box if this load is hazardous. The answer is no. Metal rods are never hazardous. Submit. So you come here. Boom. There is your load table. You can update or delete this load. You can add a route to this load. So what we'll do is just to show the full, we'll add a route to this load. So realistically, I don't have to, well, I should. Yeah, we have load ID and carrier ID, and I have this for a reason, because I want the user to be able to see what load and what route are associated with one another. So let's add a route to this load. Where's it going? We're going to pick up in Kansas City, Missouri. And we are going to deliver to Denver, Colorado. The pickup date will be 10/22/2018, and we'll have it delivered by the 24th of 2018. Checkbox. So if we have a bunch of loads, we can keep adding routes. So let's just say we want to put in 30 loads, and then we want to come back and retroactively put in the routes, so we can do that. Right now, we just have one load. Which load does this belong to? It belongs to load 15. Add route. So there you go. There you have it. So just to clarify, this is route ID 13. That is because I have, throughout multiple users, 13 other routes. This is load ID 15, same concept. We have multiple loads without there. We could do a tracking number that would eliminate that, so you couldn't see how many loads in total there are, but we're not going to do that. This is just portfolio projects, and we just want to make sure that we can create, update, and associate. And delete, of course. So load ID is 15, load ID is 15, carrier ID is 4, carrier ID is 4. So remember, if I didn't specify that I just wanted this carrier T5 to have his stuff, we'd have loads all over the place. There's 15 loads within this web app saved on the server side. Okay. Now for the CRUD aspect, let's go to update, delete. Be quick. Let's edit it. Let's say, oh no, they call back and we need, it's 20 pallets, it's only 35,000 pounds. It's not metal rods, it is metal buckets. Yep, buckets. Metal buckets. Redirects us back to the load page. 20 pallet count, 35,000 metal buckets, false. Load ID, still the same, carrier ID. But wait, not only did the load change, but the route changed. So let's update the route. Edit route. It's still in Kansas City is what we're picking up. We're going to pick up in Kansas City, Mo, still. The destination is still going to, the destination is now LA. And the pickup date is now 10/15/2018, 10/16/2018. Boom. Okay, so we can update it, we can create it, we can associate it. Now, well, it turns out they called back and they don't even have this load anymore. Something fell through. We want to delete it. Delete the load. Okay. Now I keep the routes up. I could have them both deleted, but what if we want to keep that route? We want to add a new load, or vice versa. So in this case, within this functionality, we want to be able to keep both of them, delete them independently of one another, because I do. That's just smart, because it's not always, we might have a whole new load, but they still might want to go to Kansas City, LA on this date. They just have something else for us, okay? But with that being said, we'll go ahead and delete this route as well. That is it. That is it. Just for, I do want to show this, just to show that it wasn't just that data on there. Not sign up. I think, if I remember correctly, I did have some dummy data, T2, I think. Log in. There you go. T2. Random load. C777. I was just using numbers just to show. Carrier load ID 8, load ID 8, route ID 8, carrier ID, the most important part of this. Carrier ID, aka different user. Okay? These two loads have been there the whole time. You couldn't see them on T5, or yeah, I think T5 is right. You couldn't see them on T5 for that very reason. This is just specific to the carrier that is logged in at that time. Of course, no one else can see their loads or their routes. Okay, that's it. That's functionality in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.